Welcome my dear student. Today I will start the chapter number 3, that is working with function. In this chapter you will learn about introduction of the function, understanding of the function, that what is function, defining functions in Python means that how can you declare a function, what is the flow of execution in a function call, what is parameters, how you can pass parameters to the function, types of parameters, the returning values from the functions means how can you get some value from the function, and the scope of the variable. So these are the few topics which I am going to discuss in this session. Now starting with the introduction part, that what is function. So as when we have any large problem to solve, we usually break it into small pieces of the program so that we can handle those particular pieces comfortably and we can solve it easily. And after solving the problems separately into the sub programs, we can attach it and we can have the solution of a big complex problem. So when a large program is broken down into smaller units, then those smaller units are known as functions. So you can say that function is a sub-program or a named unit of a group of program statements, and this particular unit or sub-programs can be invoked from other part of the function. Means if we had created a function, we will have to invoke it for the execution. So what is the main reason behind the function and why we are creating the function if we can solve the problem one by one? So when we have many functions, or you can say when we have any larger program to solve and we are breaking it into the small part of the function, first of all it makes the program easier to handle, because we will have to deal small sub programs at a single time, and after solving it we will have the second small sub problem to solve it. The second point, that what we can say the importance of the function, that by using function the program size is reduced. The third point, that what we can say, that the function make a program easier, readable and understandable, so that. And the next point, that what I am going to discuss, that with the help of the function we can reuse the code whereas when required. So these are the few points about the function, that what is function and why we need function. Sometimes it is required to pass some value from the main function or the main program to the function or the user defined function, then this type of value passing is called the parameter passing. And the total number of the parameters and the type of parameter and the sequence of the parameter we will discuss in the coming slides. And the last point is that a function can return data as a result, so that as we are passing some values from the main program to the function, in the similar way we can get the data from the function into the main program. So returning the data from the function, or you can say the receiving the result from the function, can be done with the help of the return keyword. We will also discuss this in the coming slides. Now what can be the structure of the function, or you can say what is the structure of the function. So as I told you earlier, that you can pass parameters to the function and you can have some written value from the function. So it is not the compulsory part that each and every time when you are creating a function, that you will have to pass some parameters from the main program to the function, and you have to get some value as a result from the function to the main function or the main program with the help of the return keyword. So it is up to you. You may create a function that may return some value to the function, and you may also create a function that is not returning any value to the function. In the similar way, when you are defining a function, then according to the requirement or need, the function can have the argument, means the value if it is needed by the situation, if needed by the program. A particular function cannot have any type of parameter, depending it is taking a value as an input from the user while the execution of the function. So it is according to the requirement that there may be some kind of the parameters or not, there may be any return statement or not. So according to the parameter, we will study one by one that how can we create a function. So as you can see in the slide, here it is written that the function has two parts. First one is definition of the function, or you can say the body of the function, and the second part is the calling of the function. So it is very important to know, when we define a function or when we write a function, this is only an intimation to the processor or the compiler that this is a function, and the specification of the function can also be read and stored by the processor. But for the execution of the function, it is required that there should be a calling statement of that particular function in the main program. So as you can see in the slide, here is written definition of the function and the calling of the function. If you had written only the definition of the function and you did not call the function in the program, then the function will not execute. So the execution of the function will only be happen when there is a calling statement for that particular function. Now moving forward, this is the structure of the function. As you can see in the code, def fun parenthesis open then close and then colon mark, and there is a statement like print hello from a function. So I will discuss it one by one. Then what is def? Def is the keyword which is used to define a function. When there is a def, it means there is a starting of a function. So you can say that def can be acronym for the word definition. So a function will always start with def. Then the fun, it is a simple representation of the name of the function. It is an identifier followed by the def keyword. So here you can write the name of the function according to the need and requirement, but the name of the function should follow the rules for the declaring the identifier. If you are not following the rules, you may have an error. Now moving forward, you can see there is a parenthesis open and close. So this is basically a symbol of the function, and in this parenthesis you can pass the parameters also. So with the help of these parentheses, you can pass the parameter. For example, the parenthesis is blank. It means in this example we are not passing any value from the function to the parameter, or you can say this function cannot able to receive any function, any parameter from the main program. The next is colon mark. So you can identify that the colon can be put where there is a compound statement. As you all know, there are two types of statement, the simple statement and the compound statement, and every compound statement has a body. And when we are start writing the body for the compound statement, there is a one indent, as you can see in the slide. So this is a compound statement, so we have to put a colon here, and this is the body of the function. Here is only a single statement is written. If you want to write more than one statement, how many statement you want to write, the all lines, all statement is intended by one, because it is the body of the main function. The main function is the def function. So this is the structure of the function. When you are defining any function in your program, you will have to follow these rules. Now moving forward, that how can you call a function. In the previous slide we had seen that how we can declare a function, and this slide we will see that how can we call a function. So here you can see there is a function. The name of the function is my function. The my function is an identifier, and this is following the rule for the identifiers. Def is the keyword used for that defined to a function, and in the main program when you are calling the function means the final execution of the function with the help of the this statement where it is written my function followed by a parenthesis sign. So this is the calling of the function, in which you have to write the name of the function followed by a parenthesis mark. If you had passed any value in the function, then the function may be also written when you have to call the function. For example, if there is any x parameter will be passed, then at the time of the calling you have to pass the value. So this is the calling of the function. We can see in the coming slides then how can you pass the parameters also. Now the next is flow of the execution. So this is the important part. Then you should know what is the flow of the execution. So normally when we are not writing any function in our program, the execution of the program will start from the very first line of the program which we had written. If there are 100 lines in the execution of the program, well, starting from the very first line of the program. But if we had defined a function, the compilation will start from the first line of the program, but the execution will start from where the main program or the main function will start. For example, you can see in the given example here the program start with the definition, that is def my function print hello from the function, and these two lines are the body of the function, and these two lines are the main program in which you had written the print, my first statement, my first program, and then you had written the my function. So this is the main function. So when the compilation will start, what will happen? The compiler will have an idea about the def function, that there is a function, name of the function is my function, and it is a compound statement, and the main execution will start from the print. If you will not call the function in the program, the function will not execute. But here you are able to see that there is written main function. It means that here I am calling the function, and when you call the function, then only the def keyword will start working, or you can say then only the function will start execution. So the flow of the execution means that you should know that any function will not execute until it is called. When a function will called, then only it will execute. Otherwise the execution of the program will start from the main function or the first line of the program. The next topic is arguments and parameters. So as I told you earlier that you can pass the value according to the requirement, according to the program, from the main program to the function. So the passing the values at the time of calling of the function from the main program to the function is called the parameter passing or the argument passing. So before starting the discussion and the difference between the argument and the parameters, just look at the example that is written here. You can see that there is an example. I am going to explain each and every line. So starting with the first line, that is def. Def is the keyword used to define a function, whereas fun is the name of the function. And you can see there is a new thing. In the previous example the parenthesis was blank, but in this example you can see that there is a two variables is written, that is a comma b. So it means that when you call this function you need to pass two values, and when you don't pass any type of value it will show you an error. So at the time of the calling two values can be passed, and these values can be added with the help of the plus operator, and the result is stored in the C, and as in the second line it is written, and similarly it will print the result, and then the function will be finished. It means the working or the execution of the function will be finished. And one more thing that what I want to discuss, the flow of the execution or the flow of the control means where the program will start working. So as I told you in the previous slide that the execution will start from the main program, and in this example the main program has start from the print statement, that is print argument and the parameters. This is the main program. Then this is the calling of the program, means here the fun is written. This is the calling of the program, and once the program is called then the execution will be started from here, and then these three lines will get executed. So this is the flow of the execution. Now as hope you can understand that this is parameters and what is the flow of the execution. Now I am going to discuss that what is argument and what is parameter. So when you had declared any function, and at the time of the declaration or at the time of defining the body, when you have written there that the a comma b, then this is what, this is parameter, that what the function will receive. Function always receives a parameter, and at the time of calling the value you are passing, then this is called the argument. So you can say that the argument are the values that are passed through the function, and whereas parameters are the variable that are holding the incoming values. In our example, that 3, 4 is the argument and a, b is the parameter, because the value passed from the calling statement 3, 4 will be received by the variables a and b, and the a and b will hold the values for the further use. Hope it is clear. And the next thing that what I want to tell you, that you can say the argument are the actual parameters and the actual arguments, and the parameter can be called as the formal parameters and the formal arguments, means the actual values which are sending are known as the argument or the actual argument, and similarly the values you are receiving is known as the parameter or the actual parameters. Now in the coming slide we will discuss about the type of argument and the parameters. When you are calling a function, it is also required that the number of the argument at the time of the call, it will be same as the number of parameters that are required by the function. If there are two parameters are required by the function and you are calling the function with the help of one argument or the three argument, then you will have the error message. So the number of the parameter is also an important factor at the time of the calling of the function. As you can see in the example, there are two parameters are required by the function. The name of the function is fun, and at the time of the function calling there are two arguments has been passed. So while calling the function, it is also required to consider the number of the argument and the parameters. Now the topic I am going to discuss, that is types of parameter. The first type that what I am going to discuss, that is keyword argument. So when you are calling the function with the reference or with the name of the parameter, so this type of parameter is called as the keyword argument, or you can say keyword argument are the named argument with assigned values being passed in the function call statement. So this type of argument passing is very flexible, and there is no need of any to follow the order of the parameter, that in this particular order you will have to pass the argument, because here you are passing the argument with the name of the parameter. So there is no any issues will be there, and as you are passing the parameter, it will be directly received by the argument that what you had passed. So now you can see in the example, like here it is written def func child 2, child 3, child 2 and child 1. So there is no any particular sequence, and in this example where you are calling the function, you can see it is written that the child 1 is equal to ml, child 2 is equal to name, and child 3 is equal to name. Means you can see that there the sequence of the function is changed. It is first is child 3, then child 2 and then child 1, and while you are passing the argument, the sequence is changed here. This is the child 1 first, then child 2 and then child 3. So it shows that the order does not matters while you are passing the argument with the reference of the parameter in key is equal to value syntax order. Means while you are passing the key argument, you will have to write the name of the parameter. So it is clear that the name of the child 3 will be assigned to the variable child 3, name of the child 2 will be assigned to the child 2, and similarly the name of the child 1 will be assigned to the child 1. So this is the one type of parameter in which you will have to pass the parameter into key is equal to value syntax. So this is the simplest form of the parameter passing. In this type of parameter passing, you do not care about the sequence of the arguments. The next type of argument that what we have is the positional argument. So this is the important type of parameter passing in which you have to take care about the order of the argument that what you are passing, because when you are passing the argument, it is exactly, or you can say positional wise received by the parameter in the function. Now in the given example, you can see that how the positional argument work. So this is the simple function where you have written a program in order to calculate the simple interest, and in order to calculate the simple interest, you need the time or the duration, the principal value and the rate also. So these are the three value what is required in order to calculate the simple interest. So now here in the function calling, there is the parameters time, pview means principal value and the rate, and here you are calling the function with the value 2, 5000, 10. So these values can be directly copied or the received by the parameters at the same place. Means in this example, the value 2 at the first position, so it is received by the time parameter that is also on the first position. In the second position, there is value 5000 is written, so it is exactly received by the variable that is on the second position. Means it is received by the principal value or the PV that is written there, and the value written at the third place will be directly received by the variable written at the third place. So this type of the argument passing when where you have to take care about the position of the parameters while passing the variable. So this type of argument is known as the positional value. For example, if you had passed the value in which you have written 1, 10, 2, hope it is clear, and then 5000, then what will happen? The 10 will be received by the first parameter, that is time. The 2 is received by the second parameter, that is PV, because this is written at the second position and PV is also at the second position. So it is received by the variable that is on the second position, and the rate will be 5000, that both values are on the third position. So when we are passing the values without taking care of the position, then you will have the wrong answer. So in order to pass the variable in the positional argument condition, you will have to take care of the positions. Either it is a very simple type of argument passing in. There is no need of writing the name of the parameters again and again, as it is required in the keyword type of argument. But the basic difference between those in the previous one, that what we have discussed, that in the keyword type of argument passing, you need to write the name of the parameter and need not to think about the order, whereas in this type of the parameter you need to take care of the order of the parameter and don't need to write the name of the parameters again and again. Now the third type of the parameter is the default parameter value. Means if you want to skip any type of parameter while calling a function, then this type of parameter passing technique is called as the default parameter value. In the, as you can see in the current example, there is written def1 country is equal to Norway, and print I am from, then the name of the country is received by the function. So when any type of value is already assigned in the parameter list, it shows that when you call a function without sending any type of the argument, the Norway will be treated as the default parameters. Means if there is no any value is passed, then what will happen? Then only Norway will be printed. And when you are passing like that fun India, then what will happen? The India will be printed here. And similarly, if you are not passing any type of the value, then what will happen? Then the next value will be printed. As you can see in here example, it is wrong here. It should be fun and like this. So here there is no any value is passed, then what will happen? Then the Norway will be treated as a default value and you will get the result Norway in the answer. Similarly, again you had passed the Brazil, then what will happen? The Brazil will be treated as the name of the country and in the result you will get the Brazil. So in the output you will have the sequence of the India, Norway and the Brazil. So that we are using default parameters when there are some value that need to be common every time when any function will be called. So there is some sort of default value, and if you want to change the value, if you can pass easily from the function by using the positional argument or with the help of the keyword arguments. As in the previous slides you had seen that you can pass a single argument as the parameter. In the similar way you can pass the lexical dictionary or any type of collective arguments also. So you pass the name of the list of the tuple of the dictionary, that whatever you had created. By just passing the name of that structure, the whole list will be passed in the. So this is the very important. You will have to learn or to discuss the stack, queue and the many other type of programming. In every time you will be required to pass a function. So just put some extra focus on this argument passing. And this type you can see there is a simple function that has one variable named food, and inside of the function you have in order you are printing the name of the list one by one, and outside of the program you had a list. The name of the list is fruit, and in this list you have 3 different items, and as you are passing the name of the list only, the whole list has been transferred into the function and you are able to print or to access each and every element separately. So this is you can pass the list as the So you will have to put some type of programming, because you will have in the coming chapters to you can pass a list into the now moving forward. Value is last topic is that how can you take a value from the function. So on the returning point of view, there are two type of functions available. First, the function that are returning some value, and the second function that are not returning any type of the value. So the function that are returning any value are known as the non-void function or the fruitful function, and function that are not returning any type of value is called the void function or the fruitful function. So it should be clear in your mind, if any function is void, it means it is not returning any value, and if it is non-void, then it is returning any value. So previous example or in the previous slides that we had seen, if we had passed any value, then the result of the calculation is printed in the function itself. But what if we want to print the value or the result outside in the function or in the main program, then what you should do? Then the keyword that what you have to use is the return keyword, as it is written here, return 5 into x. And when there is a written function, or you can say if the function is sending any message or the function is sending any value, then you need to receive that value in any particular variable in the main function. In order to receive the value, you will have to write the function in this form: c is equal to fun, and you are passing the value 9. So the value is returned by the return keyword will be received by the variable c, or you can say the finally the answer is transferred into the variable c, and when you will print that this particular variable, you will have the answer. So this is all about function, that what I had told you earlier. In this chapter, practical part of this chapter is more important as compared with the theory one. So just put your focus in order to learn types of the parameter, function, return value, and in addition with the theoretical part, you need some extra work on the practical also. Thank you.